And welcome back to Comcast Local Edition. I'm Steve Swat. My guest this segment is Betty Connolly, who is president of the California Association of School Psychologists. Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
I guess we should start at the beginning. Every school in California, every public school has a psychologist, correct?
Has a piece of a psychologist.
A piece of a psychologist. Okay.
Yeah, psychologists typically serve several schools.
Okay.
And provide a wide range of services to the schools and the students.
Well, tell us about some of those services.
People often think of school psychologists as being primarily involved in special education and identification programs for kids with special needs, but in reality, school psychologists do a lot more than that. They provide crisis intervention, response to any of the tragedies that help students cope with those kinds of issues. They deal with specialized populations, just a myriad of services.
Do you find that more students today are utilizing the school psychologist than, let's say, a generation ago or even earlier, due to more crises, more pressure? You know, it could be a function of the news media and the stories that they see.
Yeah, I do believe that that's accurate. I think, as you said, students today are under a tremendous amount of stress from a variety of areas, and school psychologists really are a resource to teachers, families, students. Basically anything that keeps a child from succeeding in school is something that a school psychologist would address.
California, as you know, is under a budget squeeze. We're looking at a $10 billion, $11 billion budget shortfall as we enter the next school year. Your program, or the program of the psychologist, is somewhat protected, however?
The special ed component, school psychologists are required to participate in that process, and so we are written into the budget in that way. Unfortunately, we're still vulnerable to budget cuts, as is anyone else working in the school system. So
that could be difficult as the year 2008 moves along, as we try to cover that shortfall.
Right, exactly. And so much of what psychologists do is, to some extent, behind the scenes. I think a lot of people don't realize what a critical role we play and how critical what we do is to student learning and student outcomes.
So we're talking about finances. It's interesting. There is a foundation that has been created that really helps to sort of buttress some of the financing, isn't it?
Well, what we do as a foundation, it's our philanthropic arm, and it is simply to provide resources to fund projects that a school psychologist might see as being useful but not mandated.
That's too expensive, perhaps.
Well, it's some little thing like a child who might need a baseball uniform to be able to participate in a team sport, or funding for treats to bring parents in, all those kinds of little things they can write mini grants for. But we also have given larger contributions in the wake of some school tragedies to schools to replace non-required items, and on a larger scale have contributed to Katrina relief and worldwide response to disasters.
And briefly, we're just about out of time. If someone wants to participate, they go on your website?
Yes, the California Association of School Psychologists, and then under that you would see the School Psychology Foundation.
Great. Well, Betty Connolly of the California Association of School Psychologists, thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Comcast Local Edition. I'm Steve Swat, and we'll see you next time.